Okay, you guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jenith Blacker,
And I'm Leonka Reina.
and this is the How Hustle Mystic Morning Show. Today, we're talking with Jamie Wasney, and we are going to talk to her a little bit about nervous system regulation and recalibration. I also learned that she is quite the Reiki master and an animal
Ooh,
communicator.
that'll be interesting.
Yes.
Just a couple words about Jamie. She is the intuitive healer, writer, creative guide through unapologetically you, divinely human, and she helps sensitive souls, light workers reconnect with our authentic truth, embrace and self-honoring, and stepping into the lioness energy of unapologetic power, joy, and flow. Her mission is to remind people that their authentic expression is not only enough, it's medicine for the world. I love that so much. My goodness. And I love the fact that you use the word unapologetic.
I do too.
Yes,
It's
because
necessary.
I do find myself in many times kind of wanting to play small and apologizing for the magnitude of my being. And so talk to us a little bit about that too, because you use a lot of the word of the power of the divine wild
And
feminine.
then,
Wow, right?
yes.
Like,
Whoa, so many
yes,
Yeah.
things.
yes.
Yes. And what I know about you is like many of our other teachers, you've really gone down on a ride of, finding this work. I mean, this work has really come to you and come through you. I feel like even since our first conversation together, you've grown a lot.
Yeah.
I would love for you to just take us into the background, where it all began, why you've really chosen this as your profession.
Yeah, good to see you guys again. Nice to see your faces. And thanks everybody for being here. So I'll try to give the condensed and if you want to know more about this, but I was an actress. I've been doing healing work probably professionally for maybe 15 years now. And I didn't realize it at the time, but and I still love acting, but I think there was a part of me that didn't feel seen. So I was like, oh, I'm going to use this so that everybody sees how amazing I am. And I was on this creative path. I moved to LA to be an actress, and I got really sick. And at the time, I was going to all these doctors, no one could help me. And so at first, it started from, desperation of like, what's wrong with me? I got to figure out how to help myself heal. And it's almost like I'm just going to use the word God, but fill in the word that works for you. But God just like planted these things on my path because people are like, how'd you get into what you got into? And I'm like, I think life just did it, you know? Because I met a Reiki master who was like doing a speech at one of the movie things I was doing. It's like it was completely unrelated. And I thought, oh, energy healing, I could use that probably with what's going on in my body. So yeah, I just became a voracious student, passionate student to heal myself of mystical things, magical things, in a really practical sense, quantum physics, energy healing, gosh, mental mindset, all of it. And then the second half of my journey has just been like, wow. And this is why the divine feminine is so important to me. We are so powerful with what our body can do and what magical powers we have as human beings to go in first and then outside in the world of form to like take inspired action. So it's a little bit about my story.
Yeah. How do you find that you use Reiki in your normal day to day? How do you use it with your clients? Why don't you take us down kind of the energy space and consciousness of that?
Well, because Reiki was my first thing, so it's been a
Mhm.
15 year in
I
the
felt like it
making.
was there, or
I
what
felt
you
that that
do,
was just the
or
beginning,
what
right?
you do to work with clients.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, Reiki was my gateway drug.
That's
But
it right there. We've heard that before.
yeah, totally. Um, but I embody it now. It's a beingness. And I do like it's a really great self-care tool. to clear my energy at the end of the day. Because I believe, and I use the word medicine, that we're an embodiment, like we are the medicine. It's not an effortful thing. It's like your frequency. And then from your medicinal frequency, so my embodiment of higher divine consciousness, which is Reiki. I know that can sound weird, so ask me questions if you guys need to,
No,
but
it's
Yeah, I
fine.
love it.
We go
as
deep
Yeah.
here.
yeah, as that embodiment, I might have an inspired action to create a course or join a summit or whatever it might be. Um, I just did an Instagram post this week about just the power. And so it's cool for those of you that showed up live here, just the power of being in people's energy fields
Yep.
Yes.
of like your next step of your evolution and where you want to
Yes.
be and how you want to be, because it happened to me all week, and you can call it magical or woo-woo, but we have mirror neurons. And science shows us like being around people of like, if you want to be abundant, if you want to be successful, if you want to live life in more ease, if you want to be unapologetically you, be around people like that. Because I was on a farm with a man who's got so much courage and tenacity and vision. And I left this farm and I was like, yeah. And I was feeling all driven. And I'm thinking, that's interesting.
That's cool.
So that's what I mean when like you are medicinal. So whatever in my DNA and my
I
codes
get
and my energy
it.
field I carry, you guys are just like when you leave, you might feel people say they feel lighter when they're around me or
Yeah.
things like that. And so I think that's such a cool teaching because I grew up feeling not enough.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of us healers, light workers, empaths can feel that way.
Yeah.
And to realize like just somebody being in a room with you is enough and you get to just talk, like, I think that's pretty cool.
Well, we have the idea
Absolutely.
here that we share. It's whenever you are being all of you or being authentic, we call it, being you change the world or whatever it is. When you're being authentic, you truly are then igniting your full, you have an illumination. You are ignited in all of you. And as you are walking through life and you experience other people and other people experience you, their light then also becomes ignited. And so when I read the words medicinal, I'm like, oh, that's what we mean here
Yes.
in some terms. And for me to not be all of me is not the gift to you or to anyone here,
Yeah.
because then we all don't get to experience each other's ignited form and thus don't experience each other's light or turn
Yeah.
on ours, right? So it's a gift for each other of this exchange and the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah, and what an interesting hard thing if you've had trauma or a background where you're like, and this was my story, like I have to hide, I can't show you my truth. I can't show you that I have feelings and issues. And oh my God, like the first part of being a Reiki master, the beginning of my journey, I did not bring my humanity to my work at all. I was like, I am the expert, I am the leader. You will see me as this. And if I show you that I'm a human, no one's going to want to pay me. It was like
Oh,
Oh,
interesting.
this
yes.
whole
Yes.
thing. And now it's like, I mean, my company, it's funny because my tax guy was like, this was 15 years ago. He's like, why don't you just think of like a name for your business? And I'm like, it was off the cuff. I'm like, oh, divinely human. That sounds cool. And like it is, I've grown into the shoes of the tax guy's phrase that I came up with because
I
I'm like,
love
oh
that.
my God, like it's both, it's both, it's both, it's both.
Yes.
And I realize, like, especially so the divine feminine as an archetype is the feeler. So, regardless of our genders, it's the part of us that is human, that feels, that has that depth and that density and that darkness, we could say. And I had no idea that was the entry point to connection, divinity, love, vulnerability, healing. No idea. And that's been, oh my God. And I'm sharing this in case anyone can relate. Like to show that part of myself, I was like, everyone's going to leave. I'm going
Yeah,
to, and I'm still working at that. Like I'm always,
sure.
my partner and I do this really cool exercise called I See, I Feel, and I'd be happy to share it if you're interested. But
Yes, we would be.
it's a feminine masculine practice. And hmm, even today, like I'm voicing my feelings in this practice and I'm like, I feel too much. I feel too much. And he's like, I just don't see you like that. I see a sensitive, tender soul who has lots of feelings, who needs to be seen in them. Because we don't have a space like that usually when we're younger to share that.
And no
And
one
he'll,
teaches this stuff.
No.
and
We
there
were
isn't, go ahead, go ahead. Yeah.
we were saying on the last call, we were talking about religion and Catholicism and how you're really taught these lessons, but you're never really taught to change your frequency and to feel things differently and to go into the feeling of the vision and
Yeah.
it's just like a misteaching. Now, I know in other cultures that certainly it's there, but we were just looking back and going, no, we're not even taught. It's like there's a wrongness to feel our
There's,
feelings.
oh God. It
Yeah.
is so wired in us that there's a wrongness in it. And
Oh,
like, I always have to, even now, I preface to my boyfriend, we've been together 11 years. And I always say, can you just help me? Because bless the masculine, masculine brain always wants to fix. And that's a beautiful gift of the masculine. But I always say to him before the practice I'm going to share, I say, can you, can you not try to make sense of anything I'm about to say? Like,
Mhm.
why are you sad today? Was it because of blah blah blah? Like, I don't know. This could be from my ancestors, and I'm having permission to feel it right now. Or it could be from this morning, or it could be from my hormones. I don't
I was
know.
gonna say, or it
Yeah.
could be,
That
Could
fire
be,
inside. Oh, I mean, a hot flash.
Yeah.
yeah, right? Could be anything. Could be anything, but
Which is
the
going on right now.
yeah. Oh, yes, there you
Judith got
go.
it up to like 74 in Texas. I'm like, girl, we got to do something about this AC in here.
There you
And I'm
go. See?
freezing, by the way.
There you go.
We got hormones differences going on here. But honestly, and we're
Exactly.
moving a lot of energy. So there we go.
Yes.
Yes.
But the truth is, when what does it look like? Okay, so take us through maybe we do an activation if you don't
Yeah.
mind, or
Sure.
so that we can understand where are and maybe see where we're going differently for between being not ourselves and what
Hmm.
it looks like to be unapologetically wild, divine, feminine. I think I said the words right.
And
But do you know what I
especially
mean?
Yeah.
for us women, where we go to places that we feel like we need to apologize. I mean, gosh, I do want to talk a lot about the nervous system as well, and
Hmm.
maybe both of these go together because
Yes.
I finally got my nervous system a little more regulated. I've been doing hot and cold stuff and, but it was so off the hook. I wasn't sleeping, this, that, and the other. And I know that it's just because, I'm pushing myself and going way outside comfort zones that I
Yeah.
hadn't yet, it's just getting been my upper limit
Yeah.
comfort zone. And then I'll go to it and then I will go and my nervous system freaks out.
Yep.
So, but I think that that's a very common thing for people, and that's why we self-sabotage and we run up to the edge of the cliff and we are ready to let our wings go and fly or at least glide down. And I go to the cliff and I'm like, ooh, it's scary. And I go back and I will find myself doing unconscious self-sabotaging things.
Yeah.
So I think there's constructs within this human dynamic or human growth that I feel like maybe you're the right person for us to open the door for some transformation on this.
Yeah. There's a few layers here that are coming in, but I think, well, first of all, that's a normal. Like
Sure.
expansion and contraction of the nervous system is normal. So like, you know what Janet's saying, like when you have an expansion
Mhm.
and you are a, brave, courageous person that's here to expand, like those of us on this call, um, it's normal to have a contraction. So instead of being like, what's wrong with me? I'm always having setbacks, or
Oh, I
whatever we're afraid
see.
of. It's like, oh, no, this self-sabotage, this depression, this anxiety, however it's playing out for you,
Mm-hmm.
right on time. That's okay. And how can I tend to it? Um,
My ego wants to go and throw everything around. And we're like, what are you talking about?
Like even resistance to the conversation.
Yes, I'm not even kidding.
yeah.
Like, not like, like it really
Yeah.
does. It wants to, because it wants to keep things as status quo.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. And tell me more, like what's coming up for you? And I can speak to that.
Well, so I've got my nervous system back. I spent probably 3 hours and 5 times in a cold plunge of
Yeah.
40 degrees for a couple minutes each time. And that was the number one thing that helped me go, okay, I can sleep.
Yeah.
And I woke, I've been the last couple of days just methodical and present and very,
Cool.
very chill. Last week, the week before, even, I feel like it's almost been like 3 weeks in the chaos. In fact, my husband even said, yeah, you don't need to run your business like you look like a chicken with your head cut off. Because I'm like, we'll come from these like delicious conversations. I'll be like, okay, now we've got to do this, and it's just
I
like,
know it.
I'm not, I mean, I'm a little bit of that.
I'm immune to it now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh,
I'm
she's going through that again.
I'm a little bit that type of person, a type A personality,
Yeah.
and I also had balanced it for so many years. I created a program called Clear the Noise. I meditate, which did kind of go away as we got busier. I do the things to keep my nervous system intact on the regular, and I think I just got too busy. And those were the things that got kind of off
They fall off.
they fell
Yeah.
off.
That's
And I
it.
found that I wasn't even able to meditate because my mind started
Truth be told.
racing again. And it was just like, wow, I've got to get back to me.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I have to do it, especially before the summit. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the chaos of my reality. That's the real humanness of it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But then I have the opposing side and I can go really zen and out there. Um, but I can't when my nervous system is that amped up.
Yeah, and I just did a workshop on this with a co-teacher of mine, but it's for me, it's balance and harmony. Those are the two words.
Hmm.
Because I don't, and we're human, right? So it's not about being in the masculine all the time. And the masculine qualities I'm speaking about are push, force, go, do, hustle, don't stop, can't stop, won't stop, you
Yep.
know? And then the feminine is the slowness, the softness, the breath, the tending to the self, the intuition, the
Hmm.
flow, the balance, the feelings, all of that, the movement. And Jenith is her awareness is like, oh, I'm out of balance here. So let me bring in a little bit more. And our nervous system's beautiful. It's telling us, it's like, oop, there's not, because oh gosh, I too, right? What's wrong with me? What's wrong
Mm-hmm.
with me?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with me? No, 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 no. What is my body trying to tell me right now? What is my nervous system trying to tell me right now? I even wrote down on a piece of paper before going live, I wrote down ease, truth, truth over performance. This is what I'm working on because it's the
Yeah.
performance, masculine, truth,
Oh,
feminine.
Mhm.
interesting.
And I'm like, and I wrote, it's safe to be seen.
Mhm.
And that's like showing you this is my feelings, this is what, because that's the power of the feminine, which is vulnerability, magnetism, right? I show someone on the call my heart, someone calls and says, wow, your story resonated, instead of like, I got to get all the sales right or whatever the
Right,
masculine's going to
right.
say. So it's both. We can't have one without the other. But the nervous system regulation part component, there's so many layers to this, is presence, bringing ourselves into the present moment. Cold plunging is a way to do that. lots of other benefits.
That was the word from a meditation with Emily this morning. She had us do a meditation and the visualization, and the word that came out was
Present.
present.
Here with what is
Yeah.
here, right? So I regulate my nervous system by breathing,
Mhm.
slowing my breath, noticing colors around me. Like I'm actually trying to, because like it's so easy to do that. This is a blur, but like, can I actually take in Jeneth's hair color, right?
Mhm.
And clothing color. And look at that little yellow flower right there in the
Mhm.
center. And how does that little yellow flower make me feel? Like, who the hell does that? We don't do that, in our
Yeah.
government and our society. Like, people be like, Jamie, you are whack. There ain't time for that.
That's why we created a community where you can.
Yeah. And we encourage everyone to do it too.
That's right. We're
Yes.
changing the world here, people.
Mhm.
Let's do
And
this.
that's
Well,
it.
colors, that brings in a new frequency,
Truth.
just even by honoring it and by the thought of honoring it, there is another frequency, a
Yeah.
frequency of gratitude and honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. So for some reason, and this is also a way I regulate my nervous system, and it's kind of like, doesn't seem like this could be a nervous system regulator, but feelings, for some reason, that's coming up strongly today. So I'm going to trust it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's the reason why we do this live.
Mhm.
Yes.
With the community.
It's,
So we have all the frequencies with the
Mhm.
more.
yes. And feelings can just be your inner world, right?
Mhm.
Thoughts, energy, feelings, sensations, this entire experience going on inside of you. When we are in resistance to it, when we're not allowing it, when we're not creating space for it, our nervous system perceives a threat. Our nervous system goes, I have to protect her from this. I have to protect him from this. There are so many chronic, because my beginning of my journey was in health stuff. There's so many chronic healing experts out there, me included, that are like, when you train your nervous system that a big inner world and lots of feelings and lots of sensations is normal, your nervous system relaxes, you know? And so I have to, as radical and embarrassing as it is, carve out space for, hey, girl, your feelings and this inner world matters just as much as the output and the masculine and the
Yeah.
doing and all this stuff that you're doing. So just to know that, like, whoa, I never put the two and two together. Honoring my feelings helps me calm my nervous system. Wow.
Mhm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't honestly like I'm coming in with a human answer for just a moment because like why not? It just makes me feel better. Like the gift of being witnessed in your inner world, I feel seen, I feel held, I feel loved, I
Mm.
feel like a weight has been lifted off of my shoulders.
Mhm.
So why not like have that experience instead of, a lot of people that I work with feel dim and depleted and is this all there is to life? And I don't know why, but finding a safe space to show people your heart, that that light, that color comes back,
Yep.
right?
Yes,
Yep.
it
Because
does.
that's the divine feminine we've all been cut off from, right? The
Mm.
the colors, the feelings, the depth, the intuition. It's like, oh my God, there's color again here. Um, so I'm happy to share the little practice too, and I can even take us through a little guided practice of the ICA feel that really helps us kind of self-love and befriend our inner world so that we can regulate our nervous system and be in balance with our feminine.
Mhm.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I would
Okay,
love to do it.
awesome. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to explain the practice briefly. So just take a couple deep breaths and you can put your hand on your heart and your chest. I'm just going to ground in together. Good. So, in my understanding of studying this for a long time, masculine and feminine energies, no matter your gender preference or no matter your gender, we all contain these archetypes within us. And life contains them. And when we're in balance with them, we do better. We thrive. We feel better. Our nervous system's regulated. We feel more love. We're more creative. We're more abundant. We're more in harmony. We're more in tune. Our bodies are healthier. All these things that we want to receive in our life happen when we're in balance with our masculine and feminine. Masculine is doing, leading, thinking, penetrating, holding the vision, integrity, action. Feminine, depth, magnetism, feeling, intuition, inner experience, softness, receiving, movement. Okay, just to give you a feel of these energies. So, if you have a safe partner, you can do this. So, for example, if you identify as a woman, two women can do this practice. One can be in the masculine and one can be in the feminine. Okay. Or a woman and a man, or a man and a man, or however it is that you want to work this. Or you can do this practice on your own, which is what I'm about to take you through. Being in the masculine pole within you, the qualities that I just named, and being in the feminine pole within you. So that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to, if this, just to give you an example of what this were to look like with my partner and I, he identifies as a man, I identify as a woman. And I would say to him, I feel. Okay. And so the first thing I would do is tune into my body and not think about how I think I feel. I would just say, I feel, and it could be tense, tight, excited, embarrassed, like too much. Okay. And I would stay in that feeling as long as I need, and he would mirror back to me what he sees. So the masculine is the seer, it's the consciousness, it's the loving observer. So he would say something like, and this is spur of the moment, he would say, I see a woman who is so brave. I see a woman who doesn't realize she's allowed to be in any experience. I see a woman who's loved in her too much feelings. So for ourselves, we would just tune in, I feel, okay, whatever the top card of feeling is. It could be sensation, it could even be numbness. And then the masculine pole, I see. So something loving and supportive that you see. Okay. So, Jeneth, I'm wondering if we would want to do, just to give people a feeling of it, what this looks like as two people doing it, and then move it
Mhm.
into a self practice. If you guys, either one of you would feel comfortable um, doing this with me.
Yeah, I'm open. Lianka can go too.
Yeah, Lianka, either one.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I was like, she said your name.
Are you ready to be
Okay.
vulnerable?
I'm down.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm totally down.
It's good. See, this is the medicine where someone
I'll do
else
it. I'll
gives
do
you
it.
permission. We can both
Okay.
do it if you want. Okay.
Okay.
So, would you like to be the seer or the feeler first, Lyanka?
I can be the feeler. It's fine.
Beautiful. So, and if you have questions, I'm right here. I'm with you. So, you're just going to tune in, and it could be a sensation or a feeling. You're just going to say to me, I feel, and then I'm going to mirror back to you, I see. And then we'll do maybe three of these. You'll say, I feel, I see, I feel, I see.
Mm.
Okay. So take a deep breath, tune into your body whenever you want to start. I feel, and then just whatever's here.
Well, right now I feel my back hurting.
Mm, mm. I see a woman who has permission to not smile or smile if she wants to.
Nice. I feel vulnerable.
Mm. I see joy in this. I get to be vulnerable right now, even though
Yeah.
it's scary.
Yeah. I feel Not enough.
Mm, I see sadness.
Hmm.
Mm,
I feel honored.
mm. I see a badass. Badass. Yeah.
She does have a badass. Lots of squats. I do love that.
Beautiful.
That's funny. Um, and I feel grateful.
Mm, mm. I see
Mhm.
peace. Peace entering.
Yeah.
Good. So beautiful. And this, my boyfriend and I set a timer, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or 30 minutes. Sister can go for 30 minutes. Like
Yeah.
it's just wild. And it becomes my loves. And I'm aware of the time. Are we okay to go a little over or we need
Oh,
to
Oh
be
yeah, we're good.
yeah,
We're good.
we're
we're
good.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've
Uh,
got 30 minutes from right now, so we're good.
oh, okay, perfect. Lyanka, that was beautiful. And I know being vulnerable isn't easy. And then when we are held in it and the seers in it just with you, like, oh my gosh, you also have a witness to your feelings.
Mhm.
And what happens, you guys, because as an energy healer, Reiki, all these beautiful things, this is a tool to clear energy from your body. I say to my
Yeah.
partner,
Yeah.
sometimes because energy is emotion and feeling, and if we have this loving witness, be it Reiki, be it somatic work, be it the ACI field practice, being in your divine feminine and masculine, um, she's letting this energy release from her body because there's a loving witnessing
Wow.
presence.
Yeah, I felt that.
I think
Right.
I'm so glad that she was the seer because the way that you
Mm,
saw based on the feel.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I could see how other people that may not be attuned to this would have just given, I see a beautiful, powerful woman, I see this, and that may be what they saw, but you were giving her a response.
Directly from the feeling.
Correct.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
That's
Yeah.
and
very
I
cool.
just felt like it was important to point out as people may take these practices and continue doing them at home. I feel like it's really and I'm certain that it could help doing it that way too. But when she said that she didn't feel worthy,
Not enough was the
not
word.
enough, uh, and you responded with sadness, you responded to that was the frequency of her feeling that. And I just mean when that just kind of clicked in the field and I just thought that was phenomenal.
It is an amazing, Dana says, what
Yeah.
an amazing way to be seen and feel
Yeah.
seen and heard. Yeah. I thought
Yeah.
that was really cool.
We do one like this.
And I was grateful. The gratitude I had was the gratitude for this community, for
Yeah.
you, for this non-judgment place to say
Mhm.
that on the air, with people live, to say to feel not enough, but then also to feel held. I was
Yep.
like, wow,
It
I'm
was,
so grateful for that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And I say this to my partner too because he still, after this many years of us doing this practice, doesn't I mean he does on one level, but I am so grateful to him constantly because I say to
Mhm.
him, you don't understand how rare the space you're holding for me is now.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
how, I've been doing this 15 years. I'm so happy to hold you in your allness because I've had to learn to hold myself in my allness. That's why I can show up for
Mhm.
you guys because I can hold myself in that too,
Mhm.
right? But to know that like there is this wonderful community that can hold it. And then also if you're at home in your bedroom, you can practice holding yourself in that
Yes.
and
That's beautiful
attuning. So just
too.
know that the intention of the seer is just a loving observer. So you're
Yeah.
wanting just to offer that feeler something loving and then the end because you're not trying to fix.
No
You're not trying
fix.
to get it to stop. You're just like,
She's
Yes.
just observing.
what do I see? What do I see here right now?
And then yeah, that gives them the choice to change the frequency if they choose to change it. It's not
Yeah.
going in and processing it or anything.
Well,
It's
the gift
beautiful.
too is it automatic. This is an automatic frequency changer.
It
So
is.
Yes.
It
sometimes we're
is.
like, what
It
the hell do I
is.
do with my emotions?
Mm,
And if someone can come in, yourself or someone else, and not make them wrong, not try to understand where they came from. Again,
Right.
that might be nice. We can figure that out. That's good too. But for this practice, the byproduct of this is a clearing so that you raise your vibe. You come into
Yeah.
more love, you come into more relief, you come into more unconditional love because
Hmm.
and I remember this from my teacher. I was so afraid of meeting feelings because I was so stuck in like transcendence and positivity and all this stuff when I
I love
first
you.
started.
That's
But
wonderful to say. Yeah.
there's a balance with it because it's like, yes, that's great. And it's not great if I'm suppressing all my emotions because
Uh-huh.
it's not gonna help me.
It's
So it's like
exactly why we did the show to this
yes.
summit. Yes.
Yes, I
Yes.
have to
Yes.
focus on my mindset. I have to do my gratitude list. I have to visualize my future, and I have to sit with the darkness and my feelings and love and love it unconditionally
Yes.
because that's the masculine and the feminine, you know?
Yes. Yes.
And again, knowing that like, oh my God, my body would heal and my life would improve and my friendships would improve when I do this and let people see my not enoughness. Like, what?
Yeah.
Um, but we all are tender-hearted, beautiful souls that have all these feelings there. So either we meet them in love or we suppress them and we get to choose, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say one thing.
Yes.
We, in a course that I took, did this on judgment. And I can see how somebody could easily say these with judgment too,
Hmm.
right? Like, be what do I judge about you? What is it that you judge
Oh
about
yeah, I remember
me?
that.
Right. And I've never, oftentimes you do it with a facilitator and the individual, but I think it'd be really interesting to do it with two people that, here's what I judge about you, because sometimes the judgment is
Mm.
just an awareness. And it just makes me think how powerful that is to do connections like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can do it on admiration, what I admire about you, that you might,
Yeah.
back and
Yeah.
forth, right?
Yeah.
Be cool.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, that's
Totally.
powerful. I feel shifted just from you guys doing it. It's kind of awesome.
Yes,
That's
and that's
awesome.
like
Okay, you're up. I'm just kidding.
Okay, good.
well, we're bringing in talk about unapologetically you. That's what I would
Yeah.
say. Lyanka
Well,
just
that
entered
is
that space of
space of un,
showing.
yeah,
She's like, I just showed you my badassery, my light, my awesomeness, the sadness, the not enough. It's like, it
yeah.
doesn't mean I'm going to show you guys all the best parts. I'm going to show
Show
you
you
all of it.
everything. I
And
love it.
that's to me the epitome of liberation and authenticity. And, um, again, wow, we are not taught that I have to be pleasing and perfect and oh my God, is that an exhausting place to live that'll keep your nervous system on? But again, this is a 15-year journey of mine, of little bit at a time.
Yeah,
How can I let my feelings out in safe spaces and,
sure.
dance and creativity and all this other stuff that's part of my work? Um, I little spaces at a time to go,
Sure.
can't
Mhm.
Sure.
and then our nervous system, because like what Janeth was saying,
Yeah,
it's normal. I push the limit and then I'm like, oh God, I can't do this anymore. You know?
yeah. Well, and then instead of resting, we want to quit
That's
or
it.
quit things within things. I mean, and I feel like sometimes you just need to rest your nervous system. It's not,
Yeah.
you don't even require to rest. You really just require recalibration.
Or if somebody
Nourishment.
wants to raise their hand to do the exercise, we'd be happy to do that with you as well.
Yeah,
Um,
sure. We can do the exercise. Also, too, I was saying I'm happy to do the self-guided exercise. Would you like me
let's
to
do
do?
that,
Okay,
actually. Let's
great.
do
Okay.
that. I love
Okay.
that.
Cool. And then we'll see what feels good after that. Okay. So you guys now have an example and you get a feel for it, which is good. So just
Mhm.
take a deep breath. You can do this. Eyes
Mhm.
open or closed. I actually had a woman who, and I loved this because I never did this practice. She wrote out the I see, I feel because it was helpful for her. So if writing is has a sweet spot in your heart, you can write
Yes.
out I feel and I see.
This
So that's
community knows how much I'm always talking about. Just get your paper out,
there
get a
you
pencil
go.
there,
I
different
mean,
places in your house.
yep. Samesies. All right. So take a deep breath into the belly. Long, slow exhale. Speaking of nervous system regulation, when our exhale is longer than our inhale, it signals safety to the body. So let's do 3 of those into the belly. Long, slow exhale. One more. Slowing everything down. I give myself permission to be in my seer and my feeler in the privacy of my own home today, the privacy of this group today. I only share with myself what is comfortable. And maybe I expand my comfort 1% out of 100, and that's enough today. Just breathing in and out. There you go. And my body's doing this the whole time. You may have noticed. Rocking or swaying deeply regulates your nervous system. So just it's, what a loving mama, if you have had one. We could just say metaphorical loving mama rocks and sways. There you go. You can do it for yourself. Good. So now we're just going to tune into the feeler in all of us, regardless of gender. And we're just going to say out loud or in our mind or write on that paper, we're going to say, whispering or in our mind, I feel. And I want you to move from your head down into your body. And it could be a sensation, it could be tight chested, it could also be excited, scared. I'm just going to give you a second to tune in. I feel, and just what's present for you. You can't get it wrong. And we're just presencing it, right? I know we're so afraid to bring things to the surface. Sometimes we're afraid they'll bury us, annihilate us, take us over. But we just welcome 1 little%, just the corner. And remember, when we present something in love, it's gone. It releases from our body forever. So we bring it up so that it goes. You are doing something extraordinarily powerful for yourself today. Okay, so I feel, what do you feel? Good. And now we're going to be in the seer role. The seer is a loving observer, a loving witness. You're just going to do the best that you can. This is your first time doing this practice. So, based on what the feeler just said, I feel excited. Yeah. Then what does the seer feel? I see.
I see.
Just notice what's here for you that you see. What does the seer see in the feeler? Some examples. I see a need for a deep breath. I see someone who um, just needs a snack. I see a beautiful, brave girl. It could be anything. Oh, good, guys.
Mm.
And we're going to go back and forth like we did live. So then we're going to go back to the feeler. And you might have the same feeling 27 times, or it might shift 27 times. Mine goes from joy to sadness to grief it's wild. It's beautiful, okay? That's the feminine. She paints with her feelings. So let's bring this up. I feel what's present, a sensation or feeling. Just notice. Breathe, soften the body. Very kind to yourself. I see. What do you see? Loving, observing witness of the feeler. I feel. We're going to do a couple more of these together. You can get the swing of it. Say it out louder in your mind. I see.
Mm.
And then last one, you guys are doing so good. I feel. And I see. Take a deep breath. And you know you can go as long as you want. When I first started this practice, I would set a timer for 4 minutes. You might yawn, become emotional, because remember, this is a beautiful practice of divine union, of balancing your masculine and your feminine.
Mhm.
And
Do you
yeah,
do
how
this with like physical pain too, ever?
all
Or
anything. Yeah, you could
uh-huh.
do this with sensation because, you know, I understand we're all at different levels of our connection to our feelings. And sometimes we're numb, and sometimes we can identify, we're like, well, I have tightness in my chest, but I wouldn't necessarily call that fear or grief. But we can just say,
Yeah.
you know, or a physical pain, you know, I feel
Uh-huh.
tired, or, you know,
Right.
and then we can start to really articulate it, even if it doesn't make sense to the world, because I'll have ones where I'll say, and this is pretty wild, but I'll say to my partner, I feel, and this isn't necessarily feeling, but I'll say, I feel like I don't want to stay in tonight and I don't want to go out.
Hmm.
And that
Oh.
is like, a, oh my God. And I'll, you know, I feel soul tired. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I want to be in this relationship and not in this relationship at the same time. And like that, like very nuanced, whoa, like I don't even know what to call that.
Hmm.
And but the wild thing is, once it releases, it's not even a problem anymore. Like the other day, I was crying, and I'm 41. We could judge ourselves. Oh my gosh, I'm childish. My grandmother passed, God knows how long ago, but I was so attuned to myself. And I was like, I feel so sad. I miss my grandma. And just started sobbing. And, you know, he's like, I see someone who loves so big, loves people or whatever. And
Yeah.
but the practice was done, and I didn't miss grandma anymore. I missed her for that moment, and I didn't even
Yeah.
make
It was
some
just,
big deal about it. But it was just that part of my beautiful, tender heart needed to be presenced,
yeah.
Yes.
There's
you
just
know?
a frequency
So
moving through you.
be gentle with yourself in this, because my practice with him, even now, like I could tell I had, you got to tune into your own needs. I could tell I was like, because he'll say to me, what do you need? And he's a very busy person, so we don't see each other a ton. And I was like, God, I feel like I could use a timer set for 30 minutes where my nervous system knows. I don't, you know, because sometimes 10 minutes in this practice, I'm like, but I got so much I want to get out.
Ah,
Wow.
that's really cool.
And I had to unapologetically ask for the 30 minutes. So just
Oh,
know, like, if this is uncomfortable and awkward and weird, and you're like, this is too much, me 10 years in still feels that.
Okay.
right.
And I choose to follow my needs and my heart and my worthiness to go. He could say no, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna just push the edges of like, I can tell I need this. And oh my God, so much
Wow.
cleared.
Interesting.
Yes.
One of the things that comes up is what happens when somebody is attached to feeling that and feeling that for good. And I'm asking it that way from one of the questions on the chat because one of the questions is, what if your seer speaks to yourself saying, I feel self-judgment, and what if they see it as self-kindness? How do you, you know,
I don't
I
know if I
guess,
got the question from that. Hold on.
so yeah, how do you change the frequency, or how do you be the frequency? How do you,
Okay, frequency's throwing me off. Hold
okay,
on just a
maybe
second. Because I'm not sure
so
we are
maybe feeling?
fully embodying that word when we're saying it right now. So hold on just a
Okay.
second. Is the person asking if that person wants to stay attached to that feeling?
Yes.
And so that's fine, right?
But
I would go into so it's the top card and all the layers. So I would say I feel like ferociously attached to this feeling, and I'm never going to
okay,
let it go.
got
I
it.
will never let this go. I would fully embody the Halloween costume of the attachment.
Got
I'm
it.
Okay.
Okay,
I
cool.
feel attached. I feel hanging on for dear life. I feel I will never
Ah,
let this go for lifetimes.
Uh-huh.
Right? Yeah, and so yeah, like what else is here? What else is here? What else is
that's
here?
cool,
What
cool,
else is
cool.
here?
Right.
What else is here?
Yeah.
Do you ever ask what the value or worth of holding on to it is, or is it always just,
Yes, there's a lot of, so just I'm talking about
uh-huh.
for this practice, but my
Okay,
For
goodness,
this
got
there's
particular,
it.
yeah.
so many things. Like, because we could look at like I have a meditation called healing from secondary gain, and there's you know, our body and mind holds on to stuff that might not be actually supportive because it believes it's helping us. So if we believe self-judgment's helping us, it might, there's a, internal family systems, there might be a protective part
Yes,
that's
I had
like,
that earlier
this is
today.
protecting me from being, annihilated or shaming myself. So I'm judging myself so that I don't embarrass myself or whatever the heck.
Mhm.
So yes, but the cool thing about this practice is it's like it's just energy and it's just the feminine and it's just paint and you gotta,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
the better you can. And my partner has had to learn this practice. Like he didn't
Mhm.
show up totally, but and I even have to preface it with so the feminine in all of us loves this phrase, yes, more.
Uh-huh.
Yes, more. So if you show up in the masculine for yourself, or if like how I took on the masculine role for like Anna, or however we do it,
Hmm.
when you are in the masculine role for yourself or for other doing this practice, yes, more. Yes, more. The opposite would be no, that's wrong. That's bad. That's too much. I've got to analyze this. So if
Mhm.
we're in that, then the energy, yes, more of this, whatever the hell's coming through. It doesn't have to make sense. More, please. No suppression. And then it can just, go.
Oh, okay, okay,
Wow.
okay,
So
okay.
per this practice, we don't have to get too analytical, which is good because there's a
Right.
Good.
time
Yeah,
and a
yeah,
place
yeah,
for
yeah.
that.
Yes.
Time and a
This
place
right
for
here
that.
is just is that this little container for what it
Yeah.
is supposed to
Your
be. Yeah,
divine
I love it.
essence liberation movement. It's fabulous.
Hmm.
Well, let's talk a little bit about how people can work with you and share
It's
your special
2:22 right
offer.
now
And
too.
it's 222 here in Texas.
Woo.
Why don't you talk a little bit about what's in this program, what will happen to people when they immerse themselves in the program and
Yeah.
yeah.
This is one of my favorite programs because unlocking the feminine within me has been, well, clearly you can see how passionate about it I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Life changing. So I put together all my years of learning about the feminine within us, regardless of gender, into this program. It's the nine pillars of the feminine and learning about what the heck is it and healing and balancing and coming and feeling safe being in that expression within yourself. So yeah, the first one is our power. We don't know how powerful we are
Mhm.
as creators, even co-creators. And so the number one talks a lot about your power and the use of practical magic. How being in your feminine is actually life-giving for you.
Uh-huh.
Two is fluidity, which is when we talk about our exhaustion of forcing and controlling. All of that fluidity is one thing, next thing, this thing unfolds. That's the feminine. So we clear what's in the way through all this energy work, meditation, my uh, teachings, being in the frequency of that. Divine wild expression, similar to what we just did, probably one of my most awesome topics, like uninhibited,
Love
you
it.
know. Yeah. Oh gosh, what a gift of that. Intuition, again, something we're all kind of, we don't have that in fifth grade. I go over how your intuition speaks, how to connect back to your intuition. I've been a psychic for 15 years, so it's coming from somebody who, like you mentioned in the beginning, I do intuitive work with animals and humans.
Mhm.
It's how I was able just to be so in tune with Lycana. So I help you guys really master that part of yourself, which is
Yeah.
the feminine. It's what we just did. So true feminine truth number five, darkness, feelings, emotions, transmutation in the body. I teach you other ways to move it through the body in addition to I see, I feel. Um, Embodiment. So the masculine is thinking, feminine is in the body, which is huge for nervous system regulation. Coming back into sensations and pleasure and juiciness and joy. That's all feminine. I think we might have just skipped one.
You
Okay.
did.
Okay. Oh, sorry
Okay,
about that.
perfect. Radiance and love. Love
Oh,
is
that's
the
a good one. We don't
feminine.
want to skip that.
No, does our government, does our authorities, does, it's not usually love first, heart first.
Right.
I hope it is. I hope some people run systems like that, but this is showing us it's the most, I mean,
But
it's
we will.
it's the most important thing is love
Yeah.
and light and openness and aliveness and it's really becoming an unapologetic force of that and bringing you back into that part within yourself.
Hmm.
Um, Magnetism, allowing,
Mm,
and I know I
yes.
think I saw some of you write this in the chat, balance between being and doing. That's confusing
Mhm.
when we're like, where do I take action? I'm not just going to
Yeah.
float around in my feelings all day. My biggest teaching is, and you'll learn this in the course, feminine first. It's like, let's anchor back into this innate part of ourselves inside. And then from there, we get inspired action steps.
Yeah.
And I just manifested the coolest manifestation by being
Really.
in all of these teachings because yeah, I wanted a new bed and I decided I wanted the new bed. And then I was in my, so I was like, here's the intention. That was lesson number one,
Yeah.
your feminine power. I will teach you that. And then I got into my receptivity and my listening. So instead of just getting into my head and starting the hustle, push, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah, yeah.
I got in the shower and I listened and a
No,
business
hustle's a
idea
dance,
came in.
right?
Yes, a business idea came in, but I received it. Very simple doing, right? So then I
Yeah.
put together a letter. Anyway, I reached out to Avocado Mattress, all organic luxury mattress. She's like,
Yes.
love your idea. Just got a $5,000 mattress for free. And
Wow. That's so
because
awesome.
'cause my mind was like, this is impossible. Then I was like, no, it is possible.
It
Watch
is
me.
possible.
Yeah.
Watch me. And I did it. And this is it. And it's like where so I did that dance. I was like, okay, I'm not just gonna like do a whole thing. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna
Yeah.
balance.
Mhm.
That's all in this lesson. And then
Wow.
really, really similar receptivity. It's like how, and then, that ties in with the intuition, letting the information come in, receive the feelings, receive the wisdom, be in the body, slowing down, and then acting from that place because then we have more energy to do that.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite meditations. I actually talk about frequency. I have us in this meditation clear everything that isn't healthy feminine, which is the pushing, proving, forcing, not feeling, suppression, the junk. I move us through an energy clearing of all of that. And then I take us through a feminine energy bath and let ourselves bathe in and get used to what it feels like to be in flow, magnetism, movement, intuition, depth, all of these beautiful feminine qualities. So it's a nervous system recalibration meditation, and I absolutely love it.
Wow. And that's the bonus.
That's the bonus.
Wow.
Oh, and these are
Yeah.
really more teaching lessons.
It's a lot of things. It's like coming into a workshop with
Okay.
me, but
Okay.
it's teaching, it's journaling, it's meditating.
Oh,
Sometimes I take them through
gotcha.
What a great
EFT.
offer.
It's
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
is needed to really anchor
I
that
love
in
it.
you
Wow.
and remind you. And also it's a reminder. Sometimes just hearing like when I was prepping for this call, one of the things I wanted to impart with you guys is like this exists. This is
Yes.
this is a thing that exists and it's real.
Yes.
And just knowing that, it's like, whoa, man, like I can start to like feel around in the dark to find this within myself. It's not just like a made up thing. And if you look at life instead of just Jamie, like you look at animals and you look at life and you look at archetypes and you look at people, you'll start to see that this energy is just innate in all of us. And we're just learning that it's here, it's real, feeling safe, and coming back into balance with it.
Yeah. If you're looking for the offer, if you go to the live page, which is where all these interviews are, houthustle.com/live, and go down under Jamie's picture, you'll see how you can get the special offer
It's
with
such
all
a great
those
special offer
classes
too.
there. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel every single one of the calls transformed me in a little different way. I feel really
Different.
different. I feel like I'm like beyond words
Yeah.
anymore. Thank
Yeah.
you, Jamie.
Any
You're
parting words for us
welcome.
today?
Gosh, no, thank you guys. I intend success and abundance and all the good things for this and for whatever you guys are coming for. May you hear it and
Wow.
just know how magical and powerful you are and that anything is possible.
Fabulous. Thank you
Thank
so
you. Thank you,
much.
Bev.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Thanks for
Love
having
you.
me.
Thank you.
Yes. She's amazing.
Bye.
Oh, it's such a healing practice. It's gold. Yes,
Yes.
more will unfold. Just a couple quick more messages for you today. Announcements is what I'm trying to tell you. We do have a live event coming up at the end of the end of beginning of November, so end of the year. It's November 7th through the 9th, and you can read all about it. I really encourage you to go to the page. It actually has some really cool video footage there, and it's from Janet's live event that I was privileged to have been a part of in working in her business. It was a while back, and on that page, Janet beautifully wrote up some of the experiences we're having. But what I wanted you to do is at least go and open the page because
Mhm.
it is a glimpse into the actual practices that she did that day. So you can also, as a bonus, get some of that through osmosis, some of that goodness that she shared with the awesomeness, because it really is like she put some of the actual footage from that event, which does change people, as to view. So a bonus is just by visiting the page,
Yeah.
you will be transformed because you will step into the world of some awesomeness just by, again, visiting the page. And that page is www.howithhustle.com/event. So it's exciting. I mean, really, just go and see it. And if it calls to you, join us. We are really
Yeah.
going to play in these energies. We're going to bring them into the body. We're going to actually create a community, forge friendships that we all will treasure for our lifetime. I still keep in touch with the people that I met at
Mhm.
the other events. It's been amazing. I mean, it's been a quite the journey. Where else do you get the place and space to really formulate what you and articulate what you're feeling and experiencing in this safe, sacred, arena? And I don't want to say arena because really it's my house. And as the physical manifestation of what we get to experience here on earth, and as friendships, as relationships, as love, as healing through our body. And that's, man, it's super, and without judgment. That's the whole premise of this whole summit community, live events, why we put anything together, so that you can take this information, be transformed, and go ignite the light
Yeah.
in others just by you being you.
Tickets are on sale during the summit. They're just 150 this week. And let me just say, yes, there's footage from my previous events that Leonka was at, but not a lot in the footage. But let me just say what she can do with her QHHT and take you through past lives and past life regression is also something we're going to do as a group. We're both hypnotherapists, and we may just be meeting you, but I do want you to get a chance to really tap into the frequency of what this is and how it might transform you. Wow. Uh, we have an inner circle. It's called Mystique Society. We will be talking about it on Wednesday. If you are interested in it, feel free to also click around, hit the links, and email us questions if you'd like, and we'll make sure we address it on Wednesday's show. I also want to make sure that you mark your calendar for Friday because I've twisted Adam Apollo's arm and he's going to do a live show with us on what he calls lifetimes, which it talks a lot about his past lives and his being born as a dragon.
It'll
You
be
gotta love
exciting.
that.
Yeah. I was kind of bummed because I thought that I was going to be here for it, because for a second I thought it was on Thursday. And I'm sorry I won't
Oh,
be with you on Thursday,
yeah,
because I'm going to take my grandmother to a funeral for her brother.
yeah.
And our families are really close. And so it's just one of those things that fell during the same time. But I know that Judith is going to take very good care of you, and it'll be amazing. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
We have an amazing lineup all week long. Please join us again tomorrow through Friday, same time, same place.
All right, this is how it hustle, and we're just reminding you to take a little time to
To enjoy
enjoy
the
the woo. Have a good one, y'all.
Bye, everyone.